ebusuan for mama kwa baba the Punch TV so make sure say and any first time I dey channel ya subscribe my like it na share we so ajawadwen kire or comment section or e for my ebusuan for samle am na mo ka say story bi aba beto intentan video no so ama ye twene sleni abasa obi e kasa fa ho ebusuan for samre won ka me ho na yen kohwe video no emla ye ba emu nchire mu nyina ye ba beka.
My never answer my Pen Dream TV. Pen Dream TV there. I see them yopo.
The India mesro pa say so we Ghana ni na so pe Ghana yi na o hwe sa video we bi pa mesro say obe like video no e de ama me na aboa ma video na timi akwa akiri ama afoforo so anya bi ahwe na wabombo de so obe share video no so ama nipa dodo na ensa ka bi na omo so ahwe na nye eye me nwanwa ene say just 2 days ago. In fact, san komu ekupie e wo ba bi me ne madam fo bi ntam just 2 days ago ene na me ne madam fo no ye di enkomo ikuhia event bi ase na madam fo no oye MPP parliamentary candidate e wa Accra ha ya oye MPP parliamentary candidate na ne nsamo ana one me ka no ekire mu a asema o ka chere mam say oh unia in fact sisi ade yo problem na problem pa ye wo eye the parliamentary no parliamentary on ho and you problem nti sisi a me no ka say de ho ne ye work because oh e ban presidential ne dia and ye nim kwan e be fa so ne de e ban say ye nto aba say fita ye mbie mu to aba ye nim say ya luso awie enti ho de eye strategy ne ba be yusu but parliamentary no eni hia because parliamentary no ye nsanya ka say king presidential na easy mai na se ye nsa so anka parliamentary ni ye di agro say presidential no ye be teni ade no e de ama Bawumia ye benya problem one from the people of Ghana and I said Ghana for company antumi antwe na se yetimi ya na ejimpa ye benya problem e parliament enti problems is here ye MPP for problem kese pa ye parliamentary no mo hwehwe asamo a parliamentary candidate no eni me di hu nkomo na me ka kire wi ti eye me nwanwa se enne Kevin Taylor esoso di abeboso ona wabe chire mu aka the same nkomo a na me ne madam for no di no me so MPP parliamentary candidate and he admitted that they have lost the presidential elections but we use the parliamentary elections to win the presidential na omunim strategy ombefa na enkomo no abepie Kevin Taylor ni mo chese me nwanwa like I am shocked so mesra pa say video like video no my say be video no e betimi akwa akira ma Ghana fo atimi anya bi ahwe ba bi a wo bia no mesra share video no na amanfo enya bi enhwe se ne be ya e be boa ama obiani adaho 2024 elections na ye kon December 7th no Ghana ni bia ebema na ni adaho te se abowo me pacho yenko na yenko hwe video no na yintie ensem a Kevin Taylor enne obiebie so e de kire ansa na message so be subscribe to Pen Dream TV and subscribe to channel no so be boa ama edwumadie no so atumi akoso yi yenko ne yenko hwe video no emra.
Let's talk about what we wanted to come talk about today. Mr. P, Mr. S, it's time. Now, the NPP ever adapted some strategy 2024 elections. And this is a conversation I had with somebody who does not want Bawumia. Somebody who is an integral member of the NPP. Somebody who thinks it's time for the NPP to leave power. So what I'm going to talk to you about today is coming from somebody close to government who loves me, and I respect this person because between criticizing this person, I'm finding a big deal because when himself I no. But it feels it's gotten to that point, people are tired. You feel power has to go. Because the power and they cannot secure their life. That is the problem of this person. Also, Kevin, if we don't leave power, my kids, I cannot even secure their life, whether in Ghana or abroad. Because Obi Betty said me banye or UK street is one who be attacking me bano. But if we leave power, now people start to answer questions. At least people would know some of us are not as bad as they thought. So people are trying. Said the party should go into opposition, at least so that they all can be heard. Because at this point, as far as these people are still in power, their life, they are scared. They are people who, Masa. But let's talk about this. You see, we are Ghanaian. You get up in the morning, and I hear people say this, and I've heard the NDC say it, especially Omo leaders. NPP. We are Ghanaian now because NDC protect our ballot. I mean, can reality in show hand. The NDC can do what it can do. NDC regional or registered members of the NDC. Only less than 1% of the population of Ghana. Yeah, to about Ghana and every polling station, NDC can provide only 2 or 4 people there at a time. How many polling stations do we have in Ghana? So if a political party is able to provide 4 people at the polling station, that step alone, the political party has shown the zeal to show you, say, they want to protect you, what you have come to do, and our ballot. No? That is just 10% of protecting your ballot. That is 10% of protecting the opposite at all the next 4 years. 90% of protection of your ballot, it is you. 90% of securing your ballot, no, it is you. It is not the NDC. The NDC is a group which has come together to call themselves a political party. Because some people have to come together. So yes, they will benefit when there's a change in government. But the best the NDC can do is to get people at the polling station. We are not talking about only 10 polling stations in Ghana. We are talking about thousands of polling stations around the nation. How many voters do we have in Ghana? 28,000 polling stations. 28,000. You want to sit home and say a party and the members do 4 million. The members and protect every single ballot. Are you crazy? You are making a big mistake. 28,000. You sit home and say NDC protect my ballot. Hey, if you want to change government, you have to protect that your ballot. You have to stay and make sure that abana woto ye no NDC ni gina ho MPP ni gina ma yakan waba. Listen, Ghanaians, we should not say ye jai the protection and protecting of the ballot to the NDC is the biggest mistake in the history of this country. Mamenka on authority, NDC cannot 100% protect all ballot in Ghana. But we, the voters, coming together can protect our ballot. I want to protect that my one ballot. What do? Go there and count it. Even though you know NDC has a representative there, and you have one ballot, go and see them count it. You don't vote and go stay home and allow somebody to represent you. That statement of NDC should protect your ballot. It is upon you to protect your ballot. The NDC can do about 10% of the job, but making sure they have a representative there. You will have to do the 90% of the job to monitor that representative protecting your ballot. So nobody should think, say, NDC has this magic to have their headquarters in Accra, to be going all the way to Asankregwa, to be going down Asankregwa village to be going down the deep forest, to be having 20 NDC people standing there and watching. NDC cannot do it, my friend. I'm telling you, NDC omun to me yet. You will have to take the job. You will have to help the NDC representative. Your presence is needed. The Constitution states it clearly. Otuaba, your right to say ya kain wabano. Una okotu ababako. Koshese ya kain sa wababako na. That's your job. The NDC representative is to make sure say onoso ehun say ya kain ema wasan ase. That is the job of the NDC. In this Technicana, NDC protect our ballot, then automatically you are handing over the power you have to the NDC. You are handing over the power you have to some stupid person not to count your ballot. 2024 is not a year that we have to be pushing our responsibility on a political party. 2024 elections, you vote, you wait, you count, you go home. You dedicate the day to that. And this is, and people work say your tactics they are going to use your flaws to rule you again because we are lazy. We don't understand what we are doing. Otuaba men tuaba nkotenefie. Na otu akotenefie wan enkan. Abana otu akotenefie no. Why na enkan? Protect your ballot. John Mahama ultimate ba sankriko ekurase me protect your ballot maw. Asie dun ketia ultimate ba bekwa ekurase. Eyesa eyede Joyce Bauer ultimate ba bantama ekurase. Ultimate nye they have to be up there to oversee things. You will have to prove to them say ma to abano me protect your abano. Now you have given you power. I have the right to question you. Now when to protect your aba, o person the party with power. Eden na utumi has the right to question the person. Into going into election 2024, that statement, Sametese, John Mahama, NDC, or Manebo Amamo, Eka said they will protect your ballot. Yes, they can do about 10% of that. Do you know the resource that comes into getting 4 people at every polling station? 28,000 times 4. 28 times 4. Here almost 122,000 people. Now, are you listening? So, NDC will be provided 4 people at each polling station. Now, here about 122,000 people. Do you know how cash intensive this is? NDC will need about 122,000 people. So, one Ghana. Do you know how much? So, you need to understand. You cannot hand over the job to the NDC and say, NDC protect my ballot. Do it. So, oh yes, we are. Then you have that right to vote against the NDC. So, if they do not deliver, it's simple as that. So, we all have to be polling agents. We all have to adapt our polling station. We all have to count the ballot. Obeko polling station, na nipa 15 the general. No, a crowd nipa 4,000 the team, na nipa 15. And now opese uchenji abain, untumi chenji abain with that mentality. Police ni bia ni obehu nipa 2,000 obetwi tuo osuro ka mo be hye abere ne wo ho. Police ni bia ni ho. Stag bia ni ho he. Omo ba ye waso wagon. Ko be hu nipa 20,000 wa ha ko mutumi nye saa de no mo ye no. No. Enti police ni bia ni obetuma ba constituency polling station abetwi tuo. Abra wo se nipa 2,000 gina ho kan aba. Osuro. Ye begi tuo no ahye no. So NDC we need about 112,000 to 120, I don't know. 112,000 there about 112,000 people just to monitor. Why are you not helping them halfway? Say 112,000 is it small money? 112,000. Nipa bakubia eje ebia yan flat 50 Ghana a day. That day. 112,000 times 50. 112 times 50. Give me the number, Mr. P. 112,000. You see, Nipa could be 50 Ghana a day. Omo monitor. Just check. Oh, they say the polling stations are 33,000 polling stations. So now imagine, it's not even 28,000. No, you see, 33,000 polling stations. So if we have 33,000 polling stations, now NDC rep be 50 Ghana. Calculate. But you can help the NDC halfway. You need to be ready to protect your single ballot, to protect that one you have voted. Now let me show you why they want to rig and the strategy they want to use. This is what they are going to do. Thank you, team. So 33,622 polling stations and at 2024 33,622 polling stations. Just do it 50 times 32,000, 33,622. Now give me the number, team. Multiply 50 by 33,622. Now here's the NDC Atua just that day. To Nipana Omo Ekwa Mane Sa Adiano. Then see. Now, my main show almost strategy. CB almost person reggae elections. TME pa very well. Nana Adodan Kwekufuado no Bawumia MPP. They have one strategy. They know they will not win the elections. Jubilee House knows. Bawumia knows. J. Mensah knows that NPP cannot win the elections. Right? But they have one silver bullet left. And then I will say, we will use technicalities to win the elections. On election day. So we study NPP very well for the past 4 years from 2020 BCR. There's one thing they are doing, and this goes to the NDC MPs. Unnecessary things. Stories that are for Dovsu. Abemo story now. You need to look at your constituency and deal with matters in your constituency. And some of you are foolishly following unnecessary things. Listen. So flag bearer popular, it does not mean it will translate into you as a parliamentarian. Let's get this clear in our heads. NDC MPs, NDC MPs, get this in your head. Now, the NPP are adapted strategy. So when you have a trainer with steady, they are resourcing their MPs. They know their candidate Bawumia is not attractive. Omunim say Bawumia nkwa entumi enkiki obi manenko enkoto abamano. So they know the presidency, they will lose it. Now, but they want a way to win the elections. Omo pekwan bi e win the elections no. Enti ekwan na dey. Now the NDC, MPP, they have ignored Bawumia. Bawumia instructions on them NPP any Kufuor dem omo ye ne se any gabimo. They are resourcing their parliamentarians. They are making sure say about parliamentarians now more money. So they are not putting money in Bawumia's campaign. They don't care. Because they know Bawumia is not attractive. Now what they are doing is it is an answerable MPP for now. So of course social media. Boys don't treat your bokano. Oh, yeah, kwine wa ha no fake road be. Oh, MP of this one kwine. When we say they post their MPs more than even Bawumia. What they are doing is they are trying to direct all their resources parliamentarians, parliamentary seats. So what they are doing right now, they say, more resources, more parliamentarians. They are putting structures in place to make sure they win majority in parliament. Nana Adodankwa Kufuor sat with J. Mensah. J. Mensah clearly told the Kufuor, I cannot do anything come 2024. Bossman Asare Kachi Kufuor said, the only thing we can do for you people now, it is too obvious that you will lose the elections. But the only thing you people can do, election 2024, and maybe catch them. J. Mensah Kachi Kufuor, Bossman Kachi Kufuor say, Otuminya anything on election day, parliamentary, Otuminya majority 140, 138, 39. Kufuor will force J. Mensah to call the elections for the NPP. TMA. Now he cannot call the elections for Bawumia because he knows head to head, Bawumia Mahama, Bawumia can never beat Mahama. Now, say Kufuor strategy ni say MPP enya 4 majority, 5 clear majority. Time ayebo bano in parliament. Ekufuado will force J. Mensah to call the elections for the NPP. Now, when they call the elections, they will tell you to go to court. What they are going to tell you is, if he has won parliamentary majority, automatically he has won the elections. Tie, MPP for NDC for Muntie. They are going to force J. Mensah. All that they are trying to do, they are trying to get parliamentary. Now, if they are able to win parliamentary, even with 5 seats, clear seats, no one would say, I clear 10 seats. Ekufuado will call J. Mensah and say, call the elections. Because when J. Mensah calls the elections, what the excuse will be in the say, they took the lead in parliament. And that automatically, when you take the lead in parliament, you have won the elections. Now, Uye Bibi also court, Neko prove say, even though Onu take key lead in the parliamentary, he did not win the elections. Because after that, he will start to pad. And they are not so interested in the presidential because they want to use parliamentary to win the presidential. Because when it comes to head, they cannot beat John Mahama. They know Bawumia is a clown. They know Bawumia does not have that gas to beat John Mahama. But they want to go the other route. And the other route is that where the NDC is not looking at is the parliamentary. Now, if they are able to find a way to push in part parliamentary to even half of the day, December 7th, by 8 p.m., 9 p.m., almost taking parliamentary lead, they will call the elections for the NPP. I'm telling you. The first strategy is that they are going to get their people on the street, say, you lead the parliamentary into your winning elections. That is the strategy. The NDC needs to understand. MPP for nkansah nim say they cannot win the elections. Into tie Samia Uku, utie eye Kojo Ponkroma, utie eye Brandi Chamuka say we will win with technicalities. That is what they are thinking of doing. And it's a West Stadia. They don't care too much about the presidential. They don't care. Because they want to resource the parliamentarians. They just want a very slim majority. Onya that slim majority or be pressurize J. Mensah. Ekufuado will pick a phone. Because if the NPP are not able to win majority in parliament, Jane cannot call the elections for the NPP. When it comes to presidential, John Mahama will win. It's a fact. But for them to be able to beat John Mahama, they will have to take a lead in the majority. Into the moment say, Ekufuado will be on standby. So they will be working more on the parliamentary. And then they be a catch NDC parliamentarians. When you count your vote, do not leave. NDC parliamentarians win election. Wait. Because that parliamentary NPP ni win on winning elections. And they have learned this. They have studied the NPP for a long time. And NDC for and then Ofosu Kwachikoya or Miankasa constituency, Abra Asebu. I want to constituency, me papa. Ofosu Kwachi was not supposed to leave the elections for them. He left it because wholeheartedly he thought to say the results then it reflected. It did not reflect. So the new strategy of the NPP is simple. Ignore John Mahama. He has the popular vote. Because when they do the analysis, when they do their own analysis, when they calculate the vote John Mahama got in 2020 with Nano Pokwajiman, when they calculate the vote John Mahama pulled in 2020, there is no way John Mahama is going to even drop 2% on that vote. 6 million. No. They know. They have done their survey. NPP internal survey. They know they have lost the elections. They know. They know Bawumia can never beat John Mahama. They know. But the only thing they can do, when they take the lead in parliament, they'll call the election. Ekufuado will call J. Mensah and say, call it. J. Mensah will have no option than to call the elections. The MPP will say, we have taken lead in parliament. Automatically, they will tell you, say, I'm a presidential candidate, any parliamentary candidate, the numbers are equal. Technically, their presidential candidate has won. This is what they are going to do. I'm a last silver bullet, apart from a tutrafo, can the Pabu police for this is the only last silver bullet left. This is what they are going to do. These are facts. There's nothing else again they can do. NPP they have no way of winning the elections. They have done about 26 internal surveys. They've lost everything. About 26. Nina comes back and says, Bawumia cannot beat John Mahama. They know. It is a stadium campaign now. They don't care about Bawumia that much. And I will study here. They are throwing money down there. They are lying down there. They are thinking of pushing money down there. They are thinking of robbing the elections from the parliamentary. Into Owinia, or catch us say, we have taken the lead in parliament. Automatically, our people, they don't vote skirt and blouse. Bawumia.
Yama Owi Akwababa, Mansai Media College. Mansai Media College, a school, Pawan, a church TV so, any radio so, Jumedie. Yasue ewo Kumasi atonsu baby a uwo bia opesoba Mansai Media College na be hu dwumadia yedi ne hono a yentie dwumadia yedi no Mansai Media College
se usua bribi wo media mu ana opese ohunu bribi biara efa media ho ensu eche kra
Mansai Media College ewo homam
yewo achechefo a wakwadiri yie wa adetwe mu na in studio ni ye newsroom de editwam wonsam twemu no ye twe bribi ti se kasebo akenkan ni sinicha ni bebura ekeka ho wo multimedia mu nso ya twe bribi ti se sini mfoni asiesie mfoni nitwa ni bebura ekeka ho ye betumi nso aboa ama wo de na otwepe asunya bribi wo nkitahudie adwuma ahodo nyinaa mu esanse ye wo yankasa foni nti abwe biara ye ma ya adesuafo kwan ma okọ yode ya twerɛ won adesua dan mu no
ahwefo ehu ekame ese obi biara a wole bosomtwe ase enim abakosema efa nsuo ihu menya abofra ketewa bi wa ha ono so se onim abakosema efa le bosomtwe ho
abusuafo ye mama kwaba eba Ghana Pages TV so emra so se the trending issues near koso ewo abe for time fidie ni so ebe somo midin na naje wa akode
Mansai Media College e ma o de we hia bia wo nkutahudie mu